What is up, guys? We are back with week 4 of the 5D ZA Draft League. Again, gonna do a quick breakdown. We got Yu-Gi-Oh cards, we got Pokemon, we got a whole lot of chaos to ensue, especially coming up week 5. But this is week 4 once again, and yeah, so we have teams, we have players, we have activations of cards that happen throughout the week. So you'll see a bunch of funny things. And then also I will give the timestamps down below and a quick review of the team and who I think will lead. So yeah, starting off here, we have my guy Ace over here, and we have Pizza over here. Very well in the square of Pizza and Ace. Ace probably doesn't like me right now because I don't know if he activates his ult or not, but something about trying to give hope. So I don't think it's anything that matters as of now, but I'll try to keep up with the updates of teams as well as the correct names. So thank you for dealing with my BS for the past 3 games. Also have a video coming up with a live reaction of the Nintendo Direct that came out on the 10th. So starting off, we have Savali. It could be anything. Zoroark just looks good here as Scarf Volt Switch hits everything that isn't Zygarde. Like you break this, I could see opposing Scarf, but this is also to note that it has access to Snow Warning based on the card that it has here, which allows one of Ace's mons or 2 to have either Sandstorm or Snow Warning. Sandstorm would have been smart too, given that you can have a Spadef boost to the rock type. But Sand Chip is also a thing that might not coincide with the Terra Shell that Terrapagos has. But nonetheless, Ace is going to call this hamburger or cheeseburger, whatever. It's a hot dog, boy. Whatever. It's a pastry. But as far as lead here, I could definitely see lead this, U-turn, Scarf. But opposing Scarf would scare that out. So I could see a hard lead into this and then a hard switch. Hidden Power is not available, so this would have to rely on its non-existent Ice Punch. People think this has Ice Punch. It wishes. However, to clean up, Pinsir looks really good, especially with EQ as coverage. EQ flying. You do miss out on hitting on this. Otherwise, Jirachi looks good here too. Can flinch that down. If this doesn't get the speed boost, if this is Scarf, that is also nice. Ironhead just looks really good into the team aside from Aegislash and Palafin. So Rachi here could be very big. And ice coverage here, I could see fire coverage here as well. Looking really good. Vicious Rend, nothing appreciates it nonetheless, but you do have Aegislash here, which I can definitely see being defensive. Toxic subset would be like phenomenal, and you have Ditto, so setting up just might not be the play here. So again, hard lead this, hard switch out. Lead, I can only see Boom and Boom. Rachi lead would be pretty cool too. Scarf, U-turn could be a thing as well. Alright, so we see Lucky Son of a Gun in the U-turn. So Terrapagos no longer has the Terra Shell, but can get that back with the leftovers. So probably gonna put up their own rocks, and Palafin comes into the Crimson Dragon. So Water Absorb is there. So Crimson Dragon, this thing does have access to Terra, It also has access. Nice, very nice from Ace there. Pretty sheesh that damage. This is pizza, right? So this is one of the ultimates. Au revoir, though. This will be. Am I already ahead? We won't be seeing this thing very soon due to reasons. So King Shield there, scouting out. Baby Arceus does have the Ice Beam there, and gonna get a Shadow Sneak off for some last ditch damage, and did call the Flamethrower as well. So Aegislash being gone is pretty big. Snore Warning is here. Earthquake is gonna make that super effective damage hit. That was poison type as well. Man Eater comes out, likely having a rock move. Return, just straight up doing mad damage. Will take a lot from this Jet Punch, but not enough to take it out, of course. Doing about 1/3. So Zygarde is in, likely to D-Dance on this. But, oh, okay. Rather than D-Dance, we see a Coil. So we'll take that pretty nicely. The Scale Shot will get rid of that defense, but increase the speed. However, miss out on the kill because we're only hitting 2 times. So Quick Attack is going to bring it down to 2, but Scale Shot again from Ace makes it to where other Scarfs do not exist here. But you have the Ditto right there. So I wonder if Ace has anything as contingency for Ditto. Okay. So with that being there, oh, 1,000 Waves, nice, nice. So of course, very immune to Dragon as well as Ground because you have the Earthquake. So because of that, I'm guessing that this last move would likely be it sucks that does this live? Yeah, it lives on switching. What would the last move be? I don't think Glare. 1,000 Waves, 1,000 Arrows could also be a thing for the likes of who knows what. Well, 1,000, no, can't be 1,000 Arrows because it would hit, right? Very interesting. If it's not a Dragon move or a Ground move, it's definitely a status move, maybe sub. Very well played by Ace, having this specifically for the Ditto. However, Lucky Son of a Gun is out, and the Yawn is going to be there, plus the Protect. So that is very smart by Ace. So this sequencing, right, this is something that I practice, or I would like to have people know, sequencing, right? So, okay, I have this boosted up, you have Ditto. You're going to come in with Ditto. I have these moves to bait you into Dog Spun. I'm surprised he didn't name it Hamburger or Cheeseburger, whatever. For the sake of this, I'll call it Cheeseburger. Lucky you. So knowing that you're going to have to switch out, you throw off the Yawn, you have the Protect. That's amazing sequencing right there. So that's slept. Sleep Clause is in effect. Ditto comes out. You have the Wish right into the Archeops. Now Ace, probably knowing that it was going to go for the Yawn, just sent that out regardless. Likely being Scarf, right? So you only take Rocks damage here. So I wonder if you just bring in Terapagos to spin. Okay, so nicely done, especially on the Sleepy Boy. But Darkspun doesn't have the highest HP. We're going to wake up. We're going to Ice Punch. We're going to get a kill. So nice. Ditto comes out. We see the Earth Power bringing it down to the yellow. And Cheeseburger comes out here. Balloon. Terrastar Storm for the sack. And this is going to do a good amount. Oh, we are Scarf. All right. Cool. Nice. So you will get some damage off. Not enough to kill, but enough to put it in range of maybe this. What you call it? Oh, you have. Oh, thought that said Lagging Tail. All right. Enough to live. So Ace gets its last. He gets his last kill because Kitty comes in here with the Plasma Fist. And that's interesting because you could use Plasma Fist on Rabbit Spin or Terrastar Storm specifically for that. Like Plasma Fist plus Air Balloon. Maybe I'm talking too much. Alright, so very well done. I do want to see the Savali. Was Scarf. Ice Punch, smart. Man Eater, you had the pretty standard set. Starting off with Moxie 2, as well as Transform Ditto, nasty with Imposter, Choice Scarf, who knew? Bulk Up, Drain, nice. Baby Arceus, Tri Attack, nice. Okay, Poison, that's a very interesting one. Specifically, I guess for Dodge Button, because you don't want to get hit by this for the most part. Drain Punch, and you bait in Zygarde and having Ice Beam and stuff like that. So very well done. On to the next one here. Okay, we have Tails versus Endless. We have Endless here. Endless 24 hours. Okay. Endless 24 hours. So we have Absol Mega Z. I believe Tails was one of the first to acquire a Mega. Pretty fast team. Like the speed is just on deck. This does have a Technician. And then we have, did Endless end up getting a Mega in Greninja here? Okay, so we do, no, this isn't Mega. Possibly Battle Bond, because you can never tell if it's male or under the guise that it could still be Protean or Torrent. We have 3 Iron Mons here. I wonder how this happened. Now this is a good bring in front of Coco. It would also be pretty wise from Tails if they did go Coco's other ability, Telepathy. Would just be an interesting thought. Very defensive in the core of Skarm and Umbreon, as well as defensive Mew if so. But we do have Illusion on Hoopa here, so we can think of a Mon that could carry out Illusion pretty nicely, which I could see either being on one of these two, maybe Scared Out with that. Like Hoopa doesn't have a pivoting move. It would be so busted if it got a Parting Shot with its ultimate. But yeah, Tails has its ultimate, their ultimate as well here, unless I'm lying. As well as Endless, Mana Steel. So yeah, you got a lot of good leads here. Starting off, I could see Tusk being a good lead, blocking the Volt Switch, but also if it is booster, you do get to get a good hit off on Hoopa. You do have access to Mega Horn, and some good coverage overall. Tails has to play this pretty well, I think. Tusk just looks like a good lead because you got Volt Switch, you got Knockoff, you got maybe Mega Horn, just Earthquake into Volt Switch. Just looks overall good. So Mew could be like pretty neutral ground play for this, like as far as lead. But it is a hard lead for Tails too, because you do have the likes of Greninja, which has U-turn. So I think Illusion might be a big play in this. I think lead Mew might be the move. So if that's the case, I would think this would be disguised as something that doesn't have a bug weakness, like Tapu Koko. It would be so heat if you use Telepathy and then lead this and like, oh hey, you're not Koko, and then boom. But Koko doesn't really get a good lead off here. You have U-turn. I mean, Scarf U-turn is nice, get you good momentum. Yeah, so this or this could lead for them. I think Tusk is the lead for Endless. So we have Grin, we have Scarm, Bird Up, Hard Switch into Umbreon, taking that Scald relatively well after the leftovers, and the Grin is going to get up some spikes, so we know it's not Protean. And then we have the Wish, so keeping the team fat. Diancie's gonna take a Toxic while getting off the rocks, and Dusk is just gonna Dream and Wish come true. Moonblast gonna do 1/3 of damage, and Tapu Koko is poised to come in while taking that damage. And it is Koko because of the terrain. We do see the speed boost off of that, but the Supercell Slam is not going to do too much. We got a screen set here. Doing a lot though from that Earthquake. Getting in the Scarm. I don't think this is Scarm. It is Scarm because you didn't take spikes. So SD, nice. Is this... Please tell me this is weak armor. Ooh, that's going to do some damage. You should get a kill here with the Drill Run. Nice. So I think that was very good as far as if this does have... Oh, and the Life Orb. If this does have... Ooh, this could have Roost too. Okay, I keep interrupting myself. If this does have Iron Head coverage in the ground coverage, you do a good amount to the team. Brave Bird or Drill Peck can be a move here as well, being 3 attacks, no Roost, or 3 attacks, SD. Okay, so avoiding a possible Scald because you're not faster yet. Dusk is going to get KO'd here possibly, if not for the lefties. Earthquake's gonna do a decent amount towards how much HP they have left, but so is that foul play off of a crit. Mega Horn is there, so nice to keep that there. You take another Mega Horn with the lefties chip, but you do have treads over here getting lefties chip as well. So Mega Horn is gonna be a 2-hit KO, but you do have the Bird Up getting that speed up as well as the last ditch Brave Bird. Life Orb was gonna kill anyway, so the move there was probably a read. Them likely trying to preserve Tusk, meaning, hey, my Brave Bird is going to look good into your Zarude because you see my Drill Run. So good thought by Tails, good play by Endless. Absolute Cinema comes out, and the CC is gonna bring that down to the Invisible Sash. Holy crap. All right, so this is likely the Hoopa. Am I lying? What the heck? Hoopa has not come in yet. Synthesis, nice move on Endless part there, because that Petal Blizzard should take it out. Alright, so we see the CC, you see the kill. Pursuit, I don't believe is on any of these. This is likely a speed variant, Bow, and of course, Coco's gonna just go down to allow the next one to come in pretty free. All right, so this one is the Hoopa. Oh, and the Psychic. So we see the switch getting whittled down by these rocks and hazards. Encore Zarude, nice. We see the CC claim another kill. Being pretty CC weak at this moment. We do see the Still, and we do see the Live. Iron Thorns gets a heavy slam off. Mew comes out. Bingus. Trailblaze, nice. Gets the kill off on that. Is going to be faster than Val for sure. And get a Drain Punch off on Grin because it is faster. And slurps that HP up. Psychic Fangs almost brings it down to KO. But it's going to get the KO once again. So nice. Well played. Bingus, boom, boom, boom. Iron Tail is legal. Good thing you never clicked it. ZA Megas only have the moves they learned in ZA, and it doesn't get that there. So Iron Tail on, I'm guessing Skarm. Yeah, so Showdown did get rid of the ZA format that they did have. So it is kind of unfortunate for our players here because they do have to do a little extra research, making it a little nuanced to team build properly. But yeah, I can't fault them for that. However, Google is there, so we do advise them to use the Google. The Absol Z guy is absurd. Yes, he will open the next deck. Yeah. So, Endless. I'm curious to see what the Mana Steel was. So we went Pure Power, which is legal for this because of their ultimate. Thunder Punch, Heavy Slam, Taunt. Okay, Focus Sash, Zarude with the Petal Blizzard, Darkest, Diancie. Very well done. Treads, very scary. I did see this coming. I did not think of physical electric, but it makes sense. Only because, like, yeah, you hit this, but it is a physical menace. But you have weak armor as well. Bro cooked. Sludge Wave, Dark Pulse, Moon Blast, Fire. Nice. All right, I do want to see the team here too from Tails. So we have the Scarf with the Fiery Wrath debond. Nice. Iron Tail Bite because it is what you call it. So Iron Tail on this doesn't exist, I suppose. So good job on Endless just knowing their stuff. Cocoa Pebbles makes sense. Bingus. Okay, so the screens was very nice here. Did do some work, especially with the reflect. All right, so next game here, we got Muck versus iLiseq, and they turn up the volume here. Now you see the two megas in tandem. That is from the ultimate activation. Turn up the volume. So what that entails is they can add Mega Chimecho to their draft team, and during this card's activation, you may bring 2 pre-Mega Evolved Pokemon into battle while holding their Mega Stone, respectively. I almost thought, hey, maybe give them items too to just, you know, make this nice, but no, I think it's nice as is because the user may use any number of custom sound-based moves and or abilities on their C, A, C Mega Pokemon as well as Mega Chimecho for 3 rounds. So any KOs scored by Mega Chimecho will not count towards the Mega kills for the user, like Mega Grandpa will or their Mega Assistant. So any number of these mons aside from the A mons like Tapu Fini can use sound-based moves. Now we also see a Zapdos here. So they use Mega Assistant boost. So what that says is if your Mega Assistant has fewer than 3 KOs by week 4, it may evolve into a A-tier Pokemon for 2 weeks. KOs count towards both the Assistant and C Mega, and Mega Assistant cannot be used as synchro material. So they boost up their Mega Assistant, which was who knows what, but I'll have it popped up as you can see, of course. We do have Mega Scrafty in the cut. Speaking of cut, we have Cleavor ready to throw up some rocks and stuff like that, and we have I'm seeing double. We have an imposter among us. Other than that, the Ogerpon looks pretty good into the team here. However, not really hitting Zapdos. Well, I'm a liar. You have Ivy Cudgel, Ivy Cudgel, Ivy Cudgel, Ivy Cudgel, Power Whip, Horn Leech, Ivy Cudgel, Play Rough. So you do have good coverage among Ogerpon into hitting their team, as well as the same thing can be said here minus Moltres. Moltres being a good bane to this, only having I think knockoff. Like I don't think this has any rock coverage. I could be wrong. And this mon is just very thick. I could see a Amnesia set going off here too. Like, especially if you get rid of Buzzwole, Amnesia would look really good into their team, because they have all the physical mons right here and all their special mons right here. So I think Muck is going to be on the defensive while the ultimate is in effect here. Getting off rocks doesn't seem as nice, but if you are Scarf, that is very good, I think, into the team, because you don't die in one hit, I believe, from Zapdos, especially if it's Scarf. So you could get some good mileage out of a Scarf this, even Sash. You got T-Punch, you got dark moves, so this is really good into the Scrafty slot as well, dual resisting the stab that Scrafty does have. However, Scrafty has coverage. Skull looks really good into the team. However, you do have Misty Terrain you got to watch out for. I could even see a Misty Seed somewhere in the mist. As far as leads, I want to say Gyarados is a good lead here, as well as Moltres being a good switch into all of their mons here. You do have rock coverage on this. I do think this comes physically bulky, because yeah, U-turn is not free for this because you're not grounded. So I could see a lot of work being put in on the Misty Terrain side. However, Defog is available. You could get abused by Defiant that, but you still get to throw off any status moves. So lead this, I'm guessing Scarf. Celebi is right there. You got Ancient Power, you got Psychic, you got Boom. Celebi could be really good here too, physically or specially. However, lead, and oh, this would be a crazy lead, would it not? This offensively actually kind of goes crazy. But I think the lead for them would be Chime. So let's go. We do see the Cleavor, we do see the Fini. Okay, so U-turn, getting a good critical hit. Surf making me think it is either Calm Mind Taunt. Light Screen, okay. So Muck knows about this. Alright, we do see the Psychic, we do see the Def Drop, to be expected, but Boom Burst is, oh my goodness. So Punk Rock boosted Boom Burst stab. There are 3 resisted my ass. Oh my gosh. There are 3 different sound-based abilities. Shout out if you can guess them. Knock off into sharpness, meaning it is not Scarf. We do see the Parting Shot, which is a sound-based move. Into the U-turn there. Okay, so that's pretty nice. Figuring out that it wasn't Scarf. So like, you knew it wasn't Scarf because you're not Scarf and you hit the Fini. So this is likely slower or speed type. Likely a bulkier set since screens. So you know that you could bring that in free for the kill. You do have the rocks, so it's likely to see a defog here. You could have the taunt here. You could fear out or scared out with one of your grass types. So Slowbro comes in here. The defog is there. We do see the Calm Mind. Okay, so not so much Amnesia, but Calm Mind is a thing. And we do see the electric Slowbro because of reasons. Oh, one of the cards here that'll pop. So Boom Burst does a heck of a lot. So that likely would have one-hit KO'd had it not been for the +2 Spidef. So I don't know who's really the more intimidating one, if it's not Scrafty. It did have Intimidate, so Zapdos there could have benefited from it. U-turn. Okay, so the moves, it definitely could be punching glove, not punching glove, the other one. You know what I'm talking about. So like contact moves, don't make contact, blah blah blah. So 2 Trailblazers are gonna get the kill. You do get the crit off of that, not even risking the Trailblaze. And we do see the Ivy Cudgel, so this could be scary. Buzzwole is swole, so it's gonna hit the Stone Edge and get the edge in battle at that, plus a attack boost. All right, so Flamethrower gets the kill there. Unfortunately, you're not fast enough for the Moltres. The Moltres is not Scarf though, getting off the U-turn and getting some chip into Slowbro. Slowbro is gonna take a quick nap. Scrafty comes in, hitting the poison jab. Scrafty not being the fastest, but being faster than Finny, so definitely some good investment there. Play rough there for the coverage, but I believe, oh, you do get Rock Tomb, so that's gonna drop the speed unless you can get the kill here. I think Grandpa is going to love this because it doesn't have to come out and fear anything, because Ogerbron gets the game there. So this was a nice battle, a very fun one. I love seeing I guess this was pretty defensive. I really wish I could have seen these sets, but nonetheless, Boom Burst Grandpa, oh my gosh, that thing was going berserk, even though it doesn't have the berserk ability. So game number 4. Okay, we have Thorson versus an Alolan Vulpix. Why does this look different? I feel like he's facing a different way now. Like he was facing more towards you in the original sprite, but like this looks like it's facing that way. All right, so I'm gonna switch it up because I like seeing this thing in front, right? Or do you guys want to see the back of it? Of course not. You want to see its cute little face. So we have Mega Amph, as well as Iron Boulder, Gastrodon. Why is it not East Side? Because, you know, I mean, I love the West Side, but come on. Very defensive looking team here. Speed being mostly on the Boulder and Moltres if need be, especially having access to agility. But we see Alolan Vulpix with their new pickup of Alolan Pidgeot sounds fire. Wait a minute. We see Pidgeot here. So this is a smart move. Based on the ultimate that Alolan Vulpix has, go home, you're drunk. So that's why you see this. Okay, so what Alolan Vulpix needs to do is consecutively get some things happening. Wait, I'm ahead. I think I was here for this game. So let me just shut up. We got Mega Pidgeot. Yeah, I might have been here for this game. Let's see. I won't talk leads because this leads and you lead this. Maybe this. Yeah, you lead that, I guess. Am I in this game? So, Pond Bomb better. Okay, yeah. This makes me think I was here. So I pop in very shortly. Energy Ball there, great coverage. But yes, Thorson, go home, you're drunk. So get Spiky, retry comes in there. So Alolan Vulpix, they have a agenda to flinch, freeze, confuse, or have their op miss an attack. However, their op has to succumb to the effects of freeze, confusion, or paralysis in order for Alolan Vulpix to gain another cat Pokemon to their team. So we do see the Thunder Wave on Weezing from the Screamtail, Screaming for Sada. And yeah, I do think I watched this, unfortunately. So Help Me RNG makes sense here. So you can expect things like Blizzard from Rotom, Freeze, because that's its only ice move. I'm not too much commentating on this. Sorry about that. So we did see no ceaseless come out here. Discharge, going for the pair, going for RNG, hitting the workup on tight. No. Do we see flame charge from this? Try attack. So that should get the kill. Chimera gets kill. Headlong Rush is going to bring it down to the red, but this is now dead from the air slash coverage. So lovely having that +1 in attack. Atom Bomb gets the... Is that a Mega Assistant? Okay, I'm unsure. But Moltres getting the Ancient Power. Nice. Hot Tua spits out some Toxic for the Flame. Even with the boost, this should do a good amount of living. Pidgeot comes back in, gets the lucky pair. So they need to get 2 more effects from the card to happen in order to gain another drunk companion, drinking friend, right? That'd be so fun. So Hot Tua gets hit by the Ancient Power, and this is Scarf based off of that. So Hurricane is gonna hit, but you only have Ancient Power and you are on a timer of Toxic. So Protect is nice there. It's gonna go down to the next one, and a quick show team from Alolan Vulpix there. So I am just curious to see what was on Hemoglobin, bro. All right, Palm Bomb, but better. AV with the Pixelate, Hyper Voice, so Fairy, Body Slam, Fairy, Energy Bomb, Psychic. So nice there. Toxic, Hurricane, Roost, U-turn, pretty nice. Scarf. Upgrade. So from them, I do want to see what the Gastrodon was. It died too quick, but likely something okay like that. Focus Sash though. So that was a pretty good prep item there. I didn't see that coming. Signal Beam. Okay, nice. Something likely to hit this as well as something else out there. Magnetic Flux. Shout out to you if you know what this does. I do. But yeah, dope stuff. Mighty Cleave. I wonder if this was supposed to be Magnet Rise actually. Was this supposed to be Magnet Rise? Let me know. It's probably up there in the chat. Wild Charge, boom, boom, boom. All right, next game in the division here. Okay, so we have Wild versus General Snorunt. Now, General Snorunt's team is quite stacked here, having very uber to not UU, but OU threats here. And then Tornadus. So amazing bulk. You have Wish, you have Power, you got Spin, you got Priority, you got Prankster. What's there not to love from Snorunt's team here? Wild having a great team as well. Like Muck is not to be slept on unless you want Muck in your face. Or Bombi, very well used by Wild too. This little guy here, I love this little guy here. And we have Mega Raichu Y. So if you guys don't know, the actual abilities for Mega Raichu Y and X were revealed. Mega Raichu Y does get no guard, so you can expect no guard shenanigans, while Mega Raichu X does have Electric Surge. So if you play champions, have fun with that. We have Lando, we have Big Body Avalugg, Mega Assistant right there, as well as Mega Assistant right here. And this is Mega Drill, I believe. Like you do have some glass cannons here, as well as just some overall good bulk. Like this is a great Spit F check. This is a great defensive check, despite their typing. I don't care. Amazing defensive mon, in general with some great offensive stats, like amazing offensive stat, amazing offensive stat, amazing. So this could be a slobber knocker. Like, as defensive as this team is, why are you floating? This team could be like going hit for hit, but taking hit for hit as well. Palafin is already active. Wait a minute, or was it the hero card? I don't recall. But either way, we'll find out together. As far as leads, Intimidate just looks good overall. You do have Defiance, so that could be there. However, oh yeah, and we have genders, so that means they built specifically in a specific format. Because because you're supposed to be male always. Wait, what the heck? How'd you get a genderless? So this was built in custom, maybe, because this shouldn't be genderless. The same way that you have gender there, this shouldn't be genderless. So that's curious. Yeah, lead wise, you could lead this shenanigans. No item, acrobatics, freaking this. If it's Scarf, that does crazy damage too. +2 Defiant, +1 because blah blah blah. Yeah, whatever. We're gonna go. Django comes out here. Rabambi comes out there. This could die to triple axle. So coming in there probably with a helmet, no helmet, but getting off some decent damage and losing some HP from it. So body press doing some great damage as well. What is this? Always fun to see Mega Evolution prepared. So Sheer Force, yes, we have Sheer Force Raichu in the mix, as well as Sheer Force something else possibly. So did I miss something here? Wait, on the doc says you have Mega Diancie. I mean, same with Palafin Hero. I'm unsure who this is, but hey. Okay, so it's not week 5 once again. Week 4 premium. I just want Mega my drill. Okay, so just having a game. The vibes is immaculate. Rapid spin to get attacking it, but does not get that off. So bringing in Hell Hydra to take Shadow Ball, that takes it very well. Bringing in Drill, hopefully to scare that out. I'm pretty sure that way you can have another chance at spinning. But Leaf Storm Sinistra is gonna be there. Do we see the no eject button? Sinistra is gonna be here. Already transformed protagonist. I'm gonna switch this guy out. Sinistra does not care. Fickle Beam, new animation. Does not matter though. Getting a Bug Buzz off, doing some decent damage. I'm expecting AV. And then we have a Moonblast into that. Raichu's in, also has access to the Sheer Force, Volt Switch plus that. Getting out there for a likely, oh my gosh, that was cool. It went all out and then animation got bigger. Drain Punch, getting up some HP. Knockoff, very good move because the Poison Touch activates and you now get super slow as if it mattered. Which is pretty good for the slow flip turn because you might get slower than Avalugg, but doubt it. Which would have benefit there, right? Like they benefit more from knockoff than they lose from it. We do have Django here getting slowed down. Sinistra is here. Pursuit is going to take it down to the red zone. Danger. Avalugg is going to take anything this wants to take. It could very well recover and just get its sturdy back. Okay, wishes in. Weavile gets back up. But the Machagacha is going to get the HP up. No burn, but back at 100. As this is back at 50. Pursuit's not going to do as much because you're not going back, but you are getting sapped. Your strength, that is. So Leaf Storm's going to miss. How much PP you got on that, Brody? You got 5 Leaf Storms left. Now, this didn't help last time because this thing just stayed in. I don't think it takes Ice Move for sure, but Pursuit you should live. So you're kind of in the 50-50 area here. However, this is always going to be the best bring-in, but you're worried about this staying healthy. So nice, that does come in. Rocky Helmet would have been amazing here. What item is this? We don't know yet. So body press there, getting good damage. Switching out, I don't think your choice lock. Flip turn, getting in the Hell Hydra. So knowing that Raichu likely won't be able to do much to this at all, Hell Hydra just gets some good in damage. Now that definitely looks like it is AV as well. Gunk Shot. So they are dealing out big damage while at the same time taking big hits, as I guess predicted or foreseen. Aquamarine, however, is going to miss the Rock Slide. It is slower than the Muck, so it does get a slow flip turn off if need be. Into the Excadrill, satisfied. Fat Wish at that. Sinistra comes in, takes a good Earthquake. This Mon does seem like it's going to do a good amount of damage. Unfortunately, oh, good double. You can't really heal off much aside from having Drain Punch in Machagacha, Strength Sap. Drain Punch there, getting off a good amount. Like, Wild is playing very well. Earthquake gonna let that go down. Into the Landorus, first time coming in. I would love to see this be Dual Dance. I could see this also being Sheer Force here. So maybe a SD? Earthquake. That's a lot of damage. So knock off. Wild is playing very wildly. Flip turn into Pro Tag. So Sinistra should come in here. This thing won't die. Yeah, Aloe is quite a stupid fish. Snorunt brings out the Genie into the Bleak Windstorm for Raichu. Raichu just might go down to the next switching. So Intimidate off on that. Full power Fickle Beam is going to bring it down to the red outside of the green. And the knockoff. Again, that's the third time Aquamarine gets knocked off. But they are going to let that go down to bring in the protagonist for the flip turn. So Scarf, I believe, based on having the webs there. So the webs is definitely helping Wildest out, but their core of Appleton, not Appleton, but friggin' Hydrapple in Alomola was really great. Like, hard to break. The funny thing is, Sinistra probably could do this. What? You do have Shadow Ball. I wouldn't count Sinistra out. But you do have Defiant possibly on this. Do we see the... Okay. I think that... Oh, that's some good damage. Now, it's a chance they miss Bleak Wind, and it's a chance they kill. But also, you got to go for the kill here, right? Because you are specially attacking. This very well could win in some way. Maybe not so much against Weavile. Like, you do chip it down, it does switch out. You get infinite on the Machigat or Strength Sap. So it's between Strength Sap and Shadow Ball to help win the game here. So Bleak Wind does get the hit, and that's gonna go down. So it wasn't entirely over, but yeah, Genie said otherwise. I wish this would end. So going into game number 6 of this division here, 52 minutes in. All right, so we have Duvy, and we have the addition of Magearna. Magearna was got. And we have Roserade as well. Versus Zach and their team, and they activate their ultimate. For the sake of this, we're gonna just look at Jinx's face there, right? Just a lovely face to look at. We have Wiggle Queen activated by Zach. So for 4 rounds, the user may draft Jinx with Terra and a custom ability of either Filter, Adaptability, Entered Outs, No Guard, or Snow Warning. And they can use any Psychic type move, Hidden Power, as well as Freeze Dry. Because why not, right? Also, it may add an extra 16 or 116 EVs into HP. So that's on top of whatever you want to drop. You can add extra 116 into that, and an extra 252 into defense. So it basically gets a free defense buff because its defense is abysmal. So after use, it swaps into a non-synchro material Trubbish, basically representing, and I quote you not, or I kid you not, this is word for word, an old hoe turned to trash. And the user gets a token that can be used as an A tier option for any Psychic or Ice type Uber Synchro. So good move here. We have a pretty solid team from Zach here. And we have Duvy here with the Magearna. So very scary team from Duvy. Like, you have things like Belly Drum Zard. I'm not sure if this is still in effect. You have Skitty, which has amazing stats. You have Shell Smash, you have Moxie, you have Magearna, and then you have Rose right here. For whatever reason, right? JK. Toxic Spikes does look pretty good into their team. As well as Ceruledge just looks like it can go crazy. Does have to watch out for priority, but being that it's ghost type, likely not normal priority, right? Magearna's Magearna, you know what they do. Webs here could be nice depending on the set that is this and this. Like, Skitty is a threat. Genderless Jinx, by the way. As far as a lead, I could see Crook being a lead. Rocks does look good here, especially for things like Ceruledge, this. Memo don't care. Opposing Memo could lead. Yeah, let's just get it. So Bacon does lead with Loud Burp Noise. Intimidate gets off. You do see the rocks. So that 284 versus 311. This lets me believe that this is Scarf Rocks. Normalize the broken ability type of change. I don't know what that means, nor do I. Alright, so Dragon Tail is gonna be a miss. Scale Shot is gonna hit for 1, 2, 3, 4, and a Citrus Berry lets it take more, but a defense drop is going to let its speed go up. The crit is just so mean. So Loud Burp Noise gets a kill here. Switching out of this hoe, Clanker. I love that name, Dewey. Okay, so it does have access to Aurora Bell normally, I think. So it does have the snow warning ability. This thing to me could just outright sweep. So can Magearna, and we know that because we got the shift gear going on, and the teleport. So good motive there. It's gonna take this pretty nicely. Shadow Ball for great coverage, but the clanker's going down from the Hot Emo Daddy's Bitter Blade. That sounded gross. So switching out of that, this hoe does take a Dragon Tail, except that it is now Fairy type. When did this hoe even terrestrialize? I feel like this thing just came in. Alright, Magearna, boom, Rorvel. When did this terrestrialize? Am I tripping? Bam. When did this thing terrestrialize? Okay. Came in on this. Wow. Terrestrialized on, like, you're still very still weak, but I can see it doing that as a last ditch effort. And yeah, very interesting. Good choice for the bring in to not be weak to rocks as well, and to have a switch into the Dragon Tail. So very well played by Dundaddy. We know that this goes down into the Dragon Tail. This hoe comes in, and Draining Kiss, getting that Terra boosted Draining Kiss. Base power is no longer 50, by the way, because of that Terra. Alright, so Moist Spooter comes out, hits flip turn on the other. Wow, crazy name. You know I'm finna say all these names. Still Daddy's in, Belly E-Speed set. I would trade it if I could. Wait, huh? He made me think of an ult for 2 hours. I'm dead. What? Yeah, Allah is the creator of this ult. And I had most to do with this ult. Allah allowed this as well. So yeah. So we both had a hand in these ultimates. Very, very funny being pulled off. Yeah, like Jinx is not to be messed around with, bro. Like, you never know. Liquidation's gonna get that Spooter in. We do see the Mirror Herb off of that. Not gonna be fast enough to outspeed Masquerada 0.2. Avocados from Mexico. Takes the Bitter Blade here, hits a flip turn, and activates the weak armor. Poltergeist is not gonna do nothing, but it's gonna eat that Bitter Blade, not give a lot of HP, as well as hitting it back with a Shadow Ball. Bitter Blade is gonna take it down there though. Unfortunate roll. Scarf Toys, not gonna be enough. So Hot Emo Daddy is likely gonna end this with a Bitter Blade to the Rose Raid. So very well. GG, I think. Amazing games. Love it. Zach gets away from killing him on, I guess. Blah blah blah. Show teams. Done Daddy's part. Do I want to see anything? I want to see this Jinx. So Lumina Crash, Teleport, both psychic moves. Like, if it didn't start with it, I mean, you can give it to it anyway. Hot Emo Daddy just racks up all the kills with the standard set. Sticky web, loose webs, bam bam bam. Still Daddy, Aka with the iron defense. Okay. Bacon with the berry, mommy's favorite, El Salt Hide. Alright, so Clanker with the Soul Heart, Iron Head, Play Rough, Shadow Ball, Mixed Set, amazing set. Avocados from Mexico, Is Choice Scarf, Water Spout, dope set. Has a Citrus Berry with the Intimidate and 1723. What does this mean? Is this for me? 1723. I cannot decode that. I wonder what it ends up being. You know what? Let's just see, right? Can't show you that. All right, we're gonna pop. Duvy just being the master of Easter eggs here. So like I thank you for this, because what does it mean? What does it mean? Amazing sets from Duvy. Spreads as well. We do have the scarf, double scarf with the Lester Wonder Skin. All right, so nice. Calm Mind, Echo Voice, Wish. Yeah, pretty dope stuff. All right, going into the next set of games here. All right, so we have Knightf30p versus SeneorChang. SeneorChang. Pretty bulky team. Dugong, I could see actually being thick fat in a wall to the likes of Raijin, or I'm sorry, Gouging Fire in some instances. Xatu looks amazing here. We did have banned moves out here. Banned moves from here was Victory Dance, and banned moves over here were Shadow Ball as well as Toxic. So Toxic was really good into this team as well, because you have Toxic on the likes of this, and this, just making it overall harder to deal with. Especially within the previous games, Senor was running as well. So Runerigus could look really good into the team as well. Having Will-O-Wisp in Earth ground coverage, Earth coverage, because you burn that, you hit that, you hit that, you burn that, unless it's like, okay, it's not Water Veil. You burn that, you hit that. Likely you don't want to stay in on this, but Runerigus into the team just looks amazing. Despite this having Air Balloon, you do have Body Press, which could even be the Wilder into Dugong and Heatran. Quillfish looks good here as well as a lead. Having Intimidate is kind of a double-edged sword because of Guard Dog. Guard Dog's a pretty amazing ability, getting a +1 into the attack stat for that, and just being overall immune to Intimidate or switching out. So no Roar from the likes of the other big dog on set. We have Screamtail here. Screamtail could be pretty useful as well into the team, having coverage to hit everything super effectively if needed, aside from supporting the cast. So going right into it, I could see a lead from Blacephalon, but you do have Quillfish here, which could be not Quillfish, Overquill, which could also be AV into that, but mostly physical. This could be special too. So I am in the scan. Yeah, Mega Victory Bell is so creepy. Ew, kill it, burn it, through the Wii. So yeah, these moves were banned. No dancing on toxic balls, I say, and the balls in their court. Leading with Dugong and Quilliam. Alright, so Dugong here does have access to Flip Turn. Heatran is in. You do get the spikes, and no real way to get rid of spikes on SeneorChang's Spark. Getting the protect off, hitting the light screen. So we do have a screen Xatu set. It's gonna go down into the Magnum Storm, and Gaojin comes out. So Okidogi comes in, dog v dog. We have the DD into the EQ. Bulk up's not gonna take the next one. So that dog is put down. Dugong comes in. Still gonna D-dance on it. You do get the encore off. D-dance here, probably into the we go for liquidation. No drop. Flip turn was also there. Encore once again might end on this turn. And the reflect has one turn left. So 1, 2, 3 hits. Not gonna be enough there. And the encore does fade off. Garchomp gets dropped. Heatran comes in. We do see the earthquake here. No Shuka. However, +5 does not matter. Quick early GG. I mean, at least it seems early. Flare Blitz is going to drop it down pretty low. No sucker from Blasef, and Earthquake's going to make that death quite quick. Bringing in perfect sack, likely for the mega kill. Okay, yeah, just to secure the W. And again, oof, that triple axle doing hefty damage. Strength Sap's gonna bring it right back into the above half. You're gonna have Encore just continuously heal the sack. Curse is pretty heat. So regardless, if the attack is low, your attack is high. Knockoff's gonna knock off the Rocky Helmet. SD again, Encore. I wonder if this can be flipped back. Like, you get less Encore. Your speed is lower. The triple axle is going to do a good amount. Holy crap. And does that take it out? Oh, wait. Okay. So, something I was always curious of, right? Similar to how counter works, this is probably invaluable knowledge. So, starting off here, right? We do see the next turn kill, but based on the total amount of HP lost is where innards out procs. I don't know if I said that correctly, but so this amount of HP here, unless it just has a very poor HP stat, like this amount of HP, this 30% brought down this 50% Dugong. And I'm pretty sure this is highly invested maybe into HP, and that crit shouldn't have mattered because it's a flat number that it's based on, unless it was like that total multi-hit there. So yeah, Knight did that very decisively. Good takeout. And we have a battle for you here. Okay. All right. So Gun versus Flame, Swaggy, and Ozzie. We have the card activation of Tag Team. And we also have the card activation of Metronome Battle Lucky. So that says all Pokemon can only know Metronome. So if you ever do a Metronome battle, it's very much based on that ability, those stats, and whatnot. And we have Tag Team. So Tag Team here lets it be known that your opponent, you make your week's battle a multi-battle. You pick your partner, and your opponent will have your partner's scheduled opponent for the week as their partner. Each player will use 3 Pokemon for this battle. So, very fun stuff. This was amazing. Every Pokemon has Metronome. So, yeah, just having overall thick aggron, very good metronome user. You have great stats in this as well as this too. Amazing typings here. You got your Dragon Fairy Steel Core. You have your Glass Cannon, as well as having No Guard. Mega Drampa, I believe, or this might just be regular Drampa with access to Berserk. And Lando just getting that Intimidate off is also nice with that typing, amazing typing. Then you have just a very bulky Uxie, which you don't have Uxie. This is supposed to be Mess Spirit. Get your eyes checked. So this battle is funny for that fact. Manectric is here. You do have the Volt Absorb, Lightning Rod, so that could be very useful here. You also have Mega Intimidate, also very useful. And the typing here is great, bulky water. You have a bulky boy here, Electric Dragon, bulky boy here with the Raijin, and just an overall great stat distribution of 100 across the board. So yeah, this is very funny. Which side is player 3, 2, and 4? So this is a tag team. Player 2 will be with player 4. Which side is player 3? We don't know. That's metronome. Who's my ally? It doesn't matter. Just click. Right. So we do see an immediate Mega. Now I probably would have saved a Mega, but this doesn't have the best bulk, if I recall, pre-Mega. So that I can understand. So Intimidate across the board. And we see Sand Tomb from Raichu, Confusion from Manectric, Acid from Florges, hitting everybody, getting the Spadef drop. Splash, nothing happens. Metronome, Ivy Cudgel from Raichu, present. We got Thrash. Like, should I even commentate this? Stomp. Yeah, well, I can't actually control who I attack, so that's another funny part. So yeah, they're teams, but who knows who. Flower Trick on the Lando, pretty nice, especially after the drop and attack. And we see a switch, a 3-man switch at that. Fusion Flare into the Victini. Quite poetic. So Sky Attack from Victini. Stealth Rock is pretty dope. Bro Swing and Sky Attack and Suicune. Tar Shot making it more effective to fire. And we did see the flinch. Metronome, Happy Hour. Now's not the time to drink. Quick Attack Metronome is crazy. Water Pledge. So yeah, I'll just commentate the portions on where it might just be something notable. Rock Throw. I wonder if Metronome on Metronome works. Rock Wrecker means it can't move on the next turn, but it might just go down. Slack Off on Suicune is quite clutch. And down to the Avalanche. Triple Dive into Victini. Pretty dope from Suicune. Again, the stab off at that. Giga Impact, another recharge, but Victini's going down after the Lottie. Water Shuriken only gets the 2-hit. Heat Wave hits everybody, but not getting enough for the kill on Lando. But it has to recharge anyway. So, dying to the Inferno, overkill. Drain Punch on the Rocky Helmet. Rocky Helmet does seem very nice here, as well as Burning Jealousy. Not that it was a choice. Raichu is in. Holy crap, I'm taking damage. Ember Wild Charge, take some recoil, and Rocky Helmet. Cross Chop on Raichu's gonna get that Raichu out of here. Leftovers all aboard. So gun down to the last one. Electric Surge means nobody's going to sleep. Take him to Pound Town. Suicune. Encore is crazy in a wow. Evasive maneuvers from Florges. Whirlwind switches out the terrain setter. Discharge hitting everybody with the boosted version as well. And Electro Webs dropping the speed. LS Switch would be amazing in this. And Berserk is now active for Grandpa. Avalanche takes it down to the red. Knockoff means Lefties is dead for you. Shadow Ball missing because of that evasion drop. Aeroblast. Sweet Scent is very great because now all your moves are very accurate into everybody. But we do see another Minimize getting rid of that accuracy, meaning it is now regular. Circle Throw, meaning you're switching out. So you lose your boost. And Pear Song. Oh my gosh. That is the funny move here. Pear Song, the funny move. So that means Grandpa's going down regardless. Burn Up. Keeping Aggron in the back was a smart move here. We do see the terrain. Icy Wind hits everybody, getting the speed drop. And Horn Leech on Grandpa is going to let it go down before it can take the big sleep itself. So Sparkling Aria is going to be the song that takes down the Florges. Metronome Uxie into the Windbolt Storm that is boosted by the terrain, getting the pair off on the thing that's not even supposed to be there. So Future Sight comes in, Reflect type, Aggron, Grass. That might hurt it. And Shadow Sneak there. So it being grass means it can't be, wow, soak, water. Future Sight, dang. So the regen from Tangrowth is going to be Ozzie's saving factor for some HP, but those rocks. And speaking of Rocky Helmet, Scale Shot's going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, and enough to kill and set the score between the two here. Alright, Power Whip's going to miss. Very unfortunate. Brutal Swing. Burning Jealousy. And the Sandstorm is doing mad damage. Suicune having burn something as well here. Gleam. Taking even more damage. Oh, there's no more. Wait a minute. Oh, they only use the what you call it. So Swift from the Manectric lets it get the Swift victory. However, victory is not assured because what is that? That is not Uxie. That is Uxie. No, I'm just kidding. It's supposed to be Mess Spirit. But nope. Alright. Getting in on this next game. We have Invisible versus Ant. Now, we do see a new addition into Ant's squad, being the Mega Glycopod. So very scary. That is Scary Terry. We do have Retro Assassin here. With the uh, sand warning, sandstorm. What is the ability? The ability Sandstream. There we go. We have Sandstream on the likes of Darkrai here. And we have Mega Raichu X. Um, I don't believe anything's in effect here. As far as the battle goes, let's see. Salazzle looks really good as a lead. Does not care about the bounce back from Hatterene because Hatterene does not have corrosion. It does have the magic bounce. So that toxic being flung onto it is not going to do nothing to it. However, you do have good toxic coverage. So toxic on anything here would be very nice into the bulk that Ant does have. Behind Ant's bulk is a lot of power as well. Speed be damned because you do have access to things like Trick Room and Tailwind or just overall recovery. While you do have a pretty frail team from Invisible here, like the Raichu, the Salazzle, in some instances your Zoroark, you do have a lot of great coverage and good damage, especially like Vicious Rend. You have Mold Breaker, which doesn't really matter here, aside from if you want to get off rocks, you got that. Or Wind Move into Bramblegast. You do have some great damage on this side here, but into a team that just takes damage is going to be hard fought, I think. So leads here. Once again, Zoroark looks like a good lead because I say once again, but I just started. Zoroark looks like a good lead because you do have access to like Flamethrower, which seems to be valuable overall. I'm not sure if you have Psychic. I know you have Extrasensory, if I do recall. Uh, Mega Raichu, I can't see it doing much unless it's special in this instance because there's a lot of physical bulk on the opposing side of Invisible here. Like, I can see this team just being physically defensive. You do have these two as well as Salazzle, but who knows? Nasty Plot would be dope. Nasty Plot Fire, whatever. You have Dragon Pulse, yeah, Sludge Bomb. This would be a dope sweeper as well. Ice Beam on this, of course. Like, this is just a good lead too. I don't think you have Psychic. You probably do have Psychic. And T-Bolt for that. Sludge Bomb for this. Yeah, I think Invisible just has to preserve and hit hard. While Ant just has to take hits and hit harder. Not going to call out leads on this, but Zoroark lead, I'm a liar. And probably a Corv lead to pivot. So, Excadrill. Every time this has been Zoroark. And I think I just called it. Earthquake is not going to take out the drill because it's no longer drill. It is the other guy. Volt Switch on the Raichu. So let's see. Bam, bam, bam. Missing EQ. Find down. That's cheating, rough. Okay. Just so I know, because my knowledge is limited in general. Excess levitate, right? Yeah. Why EQ when Zyke and 1,000 arrows and 1,000 arrows? Does anything else have EQ? This would have EQ. That's why. All right, flamethrower on the Glycopod, but leech life onto the Zoroark. So we see Sandstream Salazzle with the flamethrower. Oh, it has heat proof. Bar. Okay, so this has heat proof. Interesting. All right. So Zygarde's in doing the dancey dance. In the sub. So Ice Beam is there. You likely live. Okay, yeah, definitely with that. Switching out, taking the Ice Beam, doing 1/5 damage. You turning out, Raichu's in, Zygarde is here as well. You do have Play Rough for damage into Zygarde. You do have Alluring Voice, which is amazing. And we do see a special type of variant, or mix at the very least. So switching out that, getting in this, Iron Hands is in. Another Alluring Voice would do some damage into the Iron Hands. Drain Punch will get it back up to 47. Vicious Wren's gonna make that thing in. The Hands is down. The Bramble Gas is in. Salazzle kicks up a Sandstream, and Shrimp Sap is gonna make it -1 attack, which matters somewhere. But the Bramble Gas, Rapid Spin, picking up speed, can likely kill with a Ghost type attack here. Living that Flamethrower was big. Smooth Rock on that. So, Vicious Friend is in. Vicious Friend is now. Vicious Friend hurts. Vicious Friends go, ow. Uh-oh. The Corv is in. Does it take it? No. It just might be the end. So, Mascot strikes again. I'm trying not to rhyme. I promise, my friends. Yeah. This is just going to be a quick, vicious takedown from Draco Vish. Alright. I wish the fish helped me make this make sense. Because, no. Get some help. Do better. Alright, so, next game here. We have Rain versus Xander here. So, Xander does have a Roserade over here. It seems as if Xander does activate their Toon World ability, which I don't fully understand. But for 5 rounds, they can steal 1 Pokemon from your opponent's roster. However, it cannot be Mega, S tier, or Uber, and give it an additional 252 EVs. Or they can create the exact set of 2 opposing Pokemon, which they must bring. As long as it's not S tier, and it must include at least 1 attacking move with a base power of over 70 if possible. So, it's possible that Xander created some sets for Rain. I don't fully understand that one. But that's their ultimate. And I do believe they said they're using the second mode. So, I believe they created 2 sets on their opponent team here. Yeah, so no telling what Xander could have cooked up. I'm guessing it's going to be the Pecharunt and the Klefki or the Ogerpon, right? I mean, this thing is a threat, but I think the... who knows? Yeah, I would definitely say this would be a crazy threat to have. Yeah, it's hard to tell. You can't really get rid of anything. You do have defog on this. So I could see T-Way being very clutch, as well as Spikes. That's why I would, however, tunify this. If you can make the nicknames, that'd be funny. Toon Keys, Cleftoon, Petchatoon, Snorunt, Ogre Toon, Toonpon, whatever. Lead Alolan looks good too. Not into this. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna say forget the leads. All right. So Klefki versus Tundris. A very, very Xander start. Klefki to me makes it seem as if there is spikes involved, and this might be the standard type set you might just see. I don't believe this brings defog in this game. So we do see a hefty volt switch into the Klefki. Tunarona comes in. Yeah, there's a T-Wave. Agility makes that null and void, but you do have to watch out for the paralysis. Yes. So again, can't move. All spikes are up, and you're back into the 70 percentile after this. And your balloons popped. Very, very, very sad. I just want to sack, bro. So fire you dance. You do get the kill on Absol. So that could be a pretty great sack. So we do see the psychic on Tunrona. Pretty great coverage for both the Pecha and the Tusk. Getting off a good 2 kills before anything. You do have the Morning Sun Shadow Ball. I'm wondering if this was the Tunified. No tricks. Baton Pass, meaning... Okay. Hex. Wow, we're living. We're living. Psychic, unfortunately, doesn't get the kill here, but if you could break through and hit the fiery dance, you get another kill as paralyzed Tunrona. Now, you are still faster than everything. However, you just got to manage to move. So, Black Sludge Tricks does get hit. Red Eyes Toon Dragon comes in with the Baton Pass. Out. Ogerpon in. And play rough. Ivy Cudgel. Scale shot. Scale shot. Scale shot. Alright. So do we know if this is 1, 2. Okay. So Pecharunt likely lives this. Oh, I'm a dang lie. No tricks, no like. So I was not winning a 4v1. Yeah, pretty OP card. Pretty dope. I like that. Para, yeah. No rough on Ogre. Hard wall by Moth either way. Pretty true. You do have Rock Tomb though. But if it is booster speed, you do have that HP or defense investment that you do have that you can run. So would love to see Rain's team. No tricks. Very much one of these is trick here. Air slash, sub, baton pass, swords dance. Oh, wow. This is what I died. This is very funny. Okay, Xander, you cooked here. Because, wow. And then this being technician means it doesn't get to get the benefit of using technician. Off of the 170 base power move. Wait, what is air slash? Air slash is 70. Yeah. That's funny. Substitute baton pass. You can't use a tandem of these three. That's this is very fitting of something Pegasus would do. I think that's funny. Klefki the GOAT in this battle for them for sure. Yeah, very well done by this was a funny one. Toompedo, boom, boom, boom. Protect into their baton pass and stuff like that. Like you're boosting. your specs, you're hitting hard, you're on foul play-ish. SD. Yeah, this is scary. Loaded dice. Okay, expected. Tornado. That's a funny one. Tornado and Roserade. Interesting. Extrasensory poison point. Alright, dope game. Because we have Jay versus Austin here. Now, don't believe anything is active on either side here. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Going into this, I could see this being a funny match. Rain looks really good here. However, you do have a Rain abuser, which this kid at Swift Swim. And you don't outspeed if this is unburdened. Now, Austin, listen to me. I hope you watch the vids. Make it to where Halucha, if using Citrus Berry, activates it after 2 subs. You're going to have to play around with it. I could show you in Team Builder, but show me the effort. Like, because I would hate to see this go crazy again, but not intentioned how it would want to. However, high jump kick does hurt the lot of the crew, as well as acrobatics. But you have Rotom Fan being a good hard check into Lucha, without it having access to something like Stone Edge to hit it. You have Drill, you have this, boom, boom, boom. Still looks really good into the likes of Dragapult that is physical. As does Sandaconda. Sandaconda doesn't care about a lot of stuff after some boost. Glare, Shed Skin rest sets go crazy. You do have Ludicolo there, which actually does a lot of damage to the entire team super effectively. Like you have Water, you have Ice Beam, you have Grass. Missing out on just a super effective damage on Cobalion, but overall it could just do crazy work. As can Excadrill as well, right? You got Rocks, you got Earthquake, you got Iron Head. Halucha is not the bulkiest, and you don't have anything necessarily to set up the like a what am I seed, like right, a boosting seed, because none of these set terrain unless it sets electric terrain for whatever reason. Yeah, this is a good lead too. Can't really pivot out. Your only pivot mon is this and this. Ludicolo does not get flip turn to my knowledge. Leading Rocks. Spin, you can bait, boom, boom. Intimidate's good. Quiver Dance is good too. Quiver Dance, water move, grass move, flying move, ice. This thing can go crazy with a Quiver Dance. Hold on. Quiver Dance, ice, flying, water. Yeah, I think this could go crazy if set up right. This would be my lead of choice here. Just an overall decent lead, especially if like Sash. I don't think you have counter. You're the faster one out of Drill and yourself, so you threaten that as well. This is a good switch into Cobalion though as well. Amazing switching from Jay. Let's go into it. Rotom lead. So I got the lead wrong. Taunt off the rip, meaning you cannot rain dance. So no dancing for you. Iron Head. Taunt. Yeah, I was not here for this, I think. Alright, so Zen Headbutt. Not doing a lot of damage, but is going to no longer be able to do damage because you're dead. Oogway comes in. Do we see the smash? We see the shell. We see the... Oh. So Ice Spinner going in crazy. Giga Drain's going to make it go down to the sash. You're going to bring it up, but just to go down. That... Oh, man. That's going to do a lot of damage. You don't have priority except in Val. Ice Spinner is going to do a decent amount. Masquerain, I can only see this setting up. Set up. Quiver Dance, yes. Alright. So Flamethrower is going to do half damage. Ice Beam is going to make that go down, doing some damn damage with the Life Orb. Mass Sweep, oh, very, 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 very possible. Excadrill can definitely die here. However, I'm guessing the last move was flying coverage. Ironhead's going to take that out. But Sandaconda is here. So this is likely going to set up Rain Dance or just hit. Or just get the kill. Sandspit is here. Megastilix. Halucha. Nacho. So we see the sub. The thing that's going to help here is that sand in the eye. Wait, is that a clean? Hold on. Is that a clean 75? No. No, sir. Gotta get that clean 75. But it doesn't matter because sand helps. And yeah, we see the citrus. So Ice Beam is here. You likely lose to the dual stab of Acrobatics. Unless you have like a Koba Berry. Close combat is going to bring that down, as well as the defensive stats of Lucha. But regardless of you having a speed booster energy, Nacho is just going to Libre all over you. So very well done by Austin. Now we have a encore of the correct team. Once again, going into Flames, Ozzie, Gun, and our friend who, you know, can confuse the Lake Trio. Everybody's done it, right? Lake Trio are the most unfun set of triplets, right? It has to be. So I agree with Swaggy there. Swaggy, let's make this game fun. Same builds, maybe different items, unsure, but we will go into it. All right. So we do see the turn one, Manectric into the metronome stuffed cheeks. So Dive is really good here. Haze is such an amazing play, as well as the victory dance there. So Tangrowth definitely doesn't want to switch out. Dive into the Aegislash. Everybody's just bullying it. And we see the Future Sight Blade Form. So the scary thing about this is Aegislash. Wow, another dive and a self-destruct. Pop-offs. Oh. So Rock Throw. Dive right into Lottie. Dragon Rush is going to miss the Aegislash. Lunge. Hefty damage. Poison Fang. Do we see the 50% toxic? Yes. Poison Fang. Amazing attack. Mess Spirit comes in here. And Seismic Toss into the Aegislash. Aegislash is pretty great here with its typing. Into a random move battle. Drain Punch into the Aggron. Sludge again. See, like that's just what's amazing. Triple Kick miss. Hitmonlee's signature move. What? Wonder Room. So defense and speed up stats are swapped. Type the hour is gonna make it do nothing. Power Split. Pretty much nothing. Power Swap is, well, actually, no, that's crazy. I'm thinking Power Swap. That's Power Split right there, baby. Tangrowth is just getting away with murder here. Does have a different item this time around in leftovers. Surf is doing some great damage. Only into the Age Slash. Fire Pledge. Alright, turn 10. We're going to hit the miss ball on the Age Slash. Getting a crit in the glare. We're just bullying this Age Slash. Metal Burst is not going to happen. Lunar Dance. Wow. So you just kill yourself. That is very funny. You do stock up though. I wonder if this is gonna be known to Ozzie. That was a funny happenstance. Well, I'm out. Machigacha. Ooh, you're gonna heal up a decent amount. 1, 2, 3. That's a pretty dope move. Terra Blast, not gonna do nothing, homie. Metronome, Simple Beam, gets rid of the Levitate. Might be pretty big here. You are on a timer. So, yeah, you're about to go bye-bye, homie, on the next one. So, stun or die. Basically, always blame Danny. Synthesis, wow. However, you're the last, last man standing. To add insult to injury. Reversal, nice, super effective. Lottie gets another leg to live on. However, Outrage is going to make it not very possible. Outrage into the Drampal could be very good. Chloroblast doing a damage to itself. Bounce, meaning Suikun's going to take the Outrage. Well, not by, no, that. Alright, so if this comes in, this heals. So I would have saved it a little bit. Defend order is pretty dope. Pretty clutch. Skitter Smack's gonna drop its special attack. Yeah. So yeah, I would have saved that. I don't know if they knew about the Lunar Dance mechanics and stuff like that. Because that could have been very clutch. But I mean, in this, you could just see, pressure being overwritten by Electric Surge is actually pretty big until it switches out. Beat up, go crazy. Triple dive, 1, 2, 3. Alright, Flash Cannon's going to drop that special defense. Circle Throw means it's getting out of there. Teeter Dance, everybody gets confused. Entrainment means more accuracy. Dang, it's very unfortunate Ozzie just let their Lunar Dance go to waste a little bit. But Tangrowth was doing some work for sure. Snipe Shot, Metronome, Rock Polish. Ampharos will now be going first, not second. Doing half damage at a -1 special attack at that. Pedal Dance is physical, right? Am I tripping? Either way, it doesn't matter. It's just dead. It might not be. No, Pedal Dance is special. Uh-oh. Minimize is up. Light screen is up. Confusion is in. That was a very crazy turn. Uh-oh, no, uh-oh. Screech on the Lando. Lando is just here getting hazed. While Manetrix down in 2 moves guaranteed unless it does heal. Oh, it does heal. Ah, that's funny. Poltergeist on Grandpa means nothing. You get nothing. You don't know what the item is. It's leftovers, but you know, all of it's RNG. High horsepower into Ozzie. Now, both both the remaining mons are very weak into the ground type attacks. Can't heal here. Ampharos just might take a L. I shard miss from that evasion. Boosted discharge damage into the mons that resist it. Metronome into gust. Metronome cosmic power. This could help. You don't have an item last resort, so you haven't used each of your metronomes. Got it. Charge beam. Getting the special attack boost and getting a kill, dropping it, but getting the last hit in from over there. Ampharos is gonna have to. What? What? Oh, okay. I think that side just won. Okay, so it was Ozzie and Gun together. Uzi Gun. Uzi Gunner. Haha. Yeah, thank you. This is just annoying me. Good game. GG. All right. So, well played. Yeah. Some fun, hectic matches. Oh man. And right on the mark of 2 hours, just about. Yeah. Fun stuff. And more chaos will ensue. Just as long as you have fun with it. Keep playing along. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.